Okay, so this is a 2004 Honda Pilot EX, and the problem on this one was that the front vents were blowing hot air no matter what temperature you set it to, up until you set it to low, and then it would blow cold air. You go up one to 61, 62, and it would blow hot air. The rear vents would blow whatever temperature this is set to. So if it's set down low, it's going to blow cold air. If it's set warmer, it'll blow warmer. So it was kind of annoying on a hotter day. You put it down all the way low to get the AC to go, and it's over freezing. You turn it up one, it's blowing hot air all of a sudden, you know. So anyway, what I found the problem was that the actuator to mix the air, which is located underneath here, it was not regulating correctly. So I removed this side panel here. I just yanked it right off, and I didn't really see anybody show that in the video, but that actually gives you a lot more access here. Some people, you know, open the glove box and show you through there, but this gives you plenty of access through here. You do have to kind of go upside down and look up, and then you see this green plug. That's the actuator right here. And you see the blue wire here. That blue wire goes outside underneath the engine compartment right there, and then you can see that same blue wire inside the engine bay. It's behind the engine, and there also is like a little actuator in there, so sometimes that screw gets loose and then you have to tighten that up. So I actually removed this entire actuator right here, this piece right here. There's only 3 screws. There's 1 screw there, 1 screw up there, 1 screw right here. And then once you, before you remove those screws though, you do have to remove this clip. Sorry, it's a bad angle. So there's a clip right there. There's a metal rod right there in the middle, and then it goes to that black plastic clip. You do have to flip it off to the side, drop that metal bar down, and then you unscrew these 3 screws, unplug the harness, and then there's also a second plug there. So what I used to remove that, sorry, I'm kind of upside down here. I used this little angle ratchet with a Phillips head on it to unscrew these 3 screws. And then once you get this out, this white assembly here, sorry, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little plastic assembly on the bottom of it here. Looks sort of like this, but it holds on to this gear on the middle, and there's a little piece of plastic you can undo, lift it out carefully, and push this whole assembly out, and then you can disassemble this actuator. There's little clips on the side here. There's a clip here by the harness, which I broke off, and there's a clip here which I broke off. I broke off all the clips except for one. It doesn't matter really, because you screw back together and the 2 halves are screwed right here, so it'll hold well. What I found is when I disassembled it, the gear in the middle here, it has like a PCB board on it almost. There's like a traces on it, and it had a lot of grease on it, and I wiped it with just a paper towel, and I noticed some grease came off, and I also noticed some black like carbon-like material came off. So I wiped all that off. I wiped the contact pads on there. There's like 6 little metal springy pads that touch the gear here, so I wiped those as well. I put 12 volts to the motor because there's a little 12 volt motor in here. I just put alligator clips on there to a 12 volt battery, and I verified that the motor spins forwards and backwards, so I knew the motor was good. But the problem was that this wasn't making a good connection on the traces. So the computer down here, there's a computer, it didn't know what position it was in, so it wasn't really doing anything until you go to low. So once I cleaned that up, it works really nice now. So I didn't actually replace it, I just cleaned it, and it solved the problem of the front vents blowing hot air and the rear vents blowing cold air. So I have it all assembled. I didn't want to pull it all apart again, so you do need when you're reassembling it, there's like a metal piece of metal rod that goes straight up, and you have to make sure you get this bracket back here. So I kind of put that piece of metal in and then put it in and put the screws in, and then I put this rod in and then flipped it over. So, you know, hopefully that helps you guys to fix this problem where the front vents are blowing hot and the rear vents are blowing cold. So this actually controls 2 dampers from what I can tell. This controls this blue wire, and then there's another one here which is like a damper for fresh air intake from the outside. So right now the outside air is about 45 degrees, so I was manually able to open that flapper with my finger and verify that it actually blew cold air once it was open. Once it was shut, it was blowing hot air. So, and then this guy here, if you open up this is from the engine. It's blowing hot air from the engine as well, so that's a different source. So it controls 2 different methods here. I believe that's for the engine, hot air from the engine. So so you do have to kind of go upside down to get in there, but it's worth it. And definitely recommend just removing this panel here. That definitely gives you a lot more access, because otherwise you're limited to right about here, which was really difficult for me to remove it. So to put it back in, I actually just pulled straight on these tabs here, and it came right out. So they're just press fitted in there. You just give it a good yank right here and then go all the way down, and then that'll come out and it gives you all this access here. So good luck.